My name is Jibola, the daughter of Adegbite and the wife of Salako. I'm the third child of my father. I'm the last girl. My father had us 4 children. I'm the third girl, and we have just 1 boy. And I like to say that I'm like every other person. I was given birth to somewhere at Ojoelegba. That's where we gave birth. My father gave birth to all of us, the 4 of us. And I had a normal upbringing like everyone else. Even though maybe average, the average. But sometime in life happened to my father, and life happened to, him and all that. And we had to leave where we're living at Surulere, and my father built a house somewhere in Ikotun, and that was when we moved to Ikotun in 1999. And I think I can say I'm self-aware from that time, 1999. I can't really say what my personality or my life was really at those young age. But I think from that point, when there was switch, that was when I got to know that, okay, yeah, there is life. I went to a boarding school, and when you're going to school, that they will pack all those Milo provisions and coal, and suddenly, maybe the Milo that used to be maybe 5 became 1, and, they have to start giving you gari and granite to support it and all that, and I didn't really understand, but that was when I knew that there is a change. And I used to see myself as a late bloomer. I was telling my pastor when I clocked 40, like 2 years ago, I said I thought I was a late bloomer, but I didn't know that when God is going to start, all those years that you think you have wasted, that you think that your mates and your peers have gone ahead of you, you will catch up and you overtake. Because you are running your own race. Because God is intentional about your journey. And this January, one of the things I've been battling with is I want to hear from God the direction to go this year. And because you come online and you see everybody, they are doing, what's it called? They are mapping out their calendar for the year. They are doing vision boarding. Kiniko. And you now look at yourself that, hey, what am I doing? And before you know it, you have joined that trend of activity. You are just joining everybody. Okay, they are selling food bowls now. They are doing this now. Everything that is happening online, you just want to join them. And I had this restlessness in my spirit that is not the direction I'm going to go this year. Thank God that one of my social media team is here. They will call me for shoots. I'll say I'm not ready. I'm not ready. In fact, yesterday morning, we had a shoot. We concluded. I said I'll be at the restaurant by 8 a.m. I woke up. And they called me. I said, I'm not doing this shoot because I don't have that clarity. When I do a Valentine's shoot, I don't have a clarity to do that shoot. And I will not do it. And it's fine if we do not. So that I digress. My journey, go. But we thank God for grace. When I finished secondary school, and it was time to go to the university, my parents didn't have money for jam form. I will go to uncle, I will go to aunties, I will go everywhere. At a point, I was ashamed. I had to go and stay with my grandma because every of my neighbors, my friends, they've gone to school. My mom said, just go and stay with grandma so that they will not be asking you about law school. So when I was there, I went to buy something one day. Somebody gave me a flyer that they are learning tailoring somewhere. I said, let me go and learn this tailoring instead of waiting. My mom said, you don't want to go to school again. Tailoring, you be the first or not go to school. You will do this, you will do that. I said, I don't want to stay at home. Let me go and learn this tailoring thing. And I didn't even have money to pay the woman. No. When I got there, she said, I'll pay this. I said, okay, don't worry, I'll pay in installments. I think I paid the first payment. After a while, she told me not to bother about the money because she saw the value I was bringing on board. And that was how I was able to train. I was going to learn fashion designing. I learned from 9 months. And I gained admission to study diploma in University of Ilorin. And up to school I went. I remember when I was going to school, I carried the head of that black machine, that head. I put it in that Ghana must go, that Bako bag. That was where I put it. And I boarded that bus at Yanokwaja. And up to school I went. So I will be sewing and I'll be going to class. In fact, some people did not know I was a student too. They thought I was an indigene of Ilorin. That's how I was relating with, because students will not have your money now. So I'll go to my neighbors, and all that. And, sir, why not sure, 400 naira or 500 naira. That was how we were sewing then. And I was just using it to, gather myself. All this I'm saying is to an end. So just keep with me. And I was doing that. And I remember one of this Christmas period, I couldn't come home because I was very busy in school, sewing Christmas clothes for Indigene. So by January, I now came for New Year. And when I got home, I was heartbroken. Because they did not even, they be paying the festivity period and all that. That was how broke the house was. But I remember I gave my father 3,000 naira that day. And he was wondering that, how come? From where? I said, that's the work I was doing at school and all that. And he blessed me. I am someone that when I'm going to full school, all my father could give me was 1,000. And at Yanokpaja, I went about 900 naira. So I'm going to school with 100 naira. And I had to just make an ends meet for myself. One thing I know about God, He will not invest in you if He knows you are not ready. He will not invest. He will not commit that thing to you if He knows you are not ready. So I tell you that every step of the way, wherever you are, is a journey. Is a step, a preparation for where He's taking you to. I'm very rugged. I know how to. Because if I did not even do all those things, how do I want to survive this business I'm doing now? That episode ended. I now started. I came back home. I didn't have a shop. I was sewing in my father's house. There was a particular staircase who go through the back. That was where my machine was. That was where I was sewing. My customers would come. I would take out. There was day I went to Keja from Ikotun, and I didn't meet the woman at home. And her number was not going through. I trekked from Olowu Street. I can never forget that street till I die. Olowu Street, inside Ikeja. I trekked to Egbe down that bridge. It was that point that I was now tired. I now met a conductor that, please, I'm going to Ikotun. That he now allowed me in. I'm saying all this because God knows the end, though, and He knows what He wants to commit into your end. And He's looking like, is this person ready? Is this person really ready for this journey? We are saying, God bless me, God bless me. Do you know that blessings, a lot of responsibility comes with blessings? A whole lot of responsibilities. And I was able to navigate that part of my life. I was still managing. Then one of my friends called me one day and said, she's going for a meeting. That there's this woman that speaks at one conference like that you'd like me to be there. That was the first conference I'm ever going to attend in my life. Something like this. And the woman was talking about mentorship. She was talking about starting, where you are and all that. That's the first time I heard something like that in my life. And she said she's going to gather us. We'll be coming every week and all that. I was just going. All she was just going to say was motivate us, talk to us. But that was building something inside of me, even though I don't even know what was going to happen. But I was just getting myself ready. That, okay, like that. Then, COVID happened. No, before COVID, she now said that she has a grant that is going to come from federal government just to help us so that we can move to the next level and all that. I said, I'm interested, though. We're going to get shop, buy machines, do all that. So that means I will have a place now instead of inside this place that I'm managing. That was how I now applied for that. And it took a long time. That money was not going to come. No, it's not even a grant because a grant you're meant to pay back. This is a loan. You are going to pay government back. So I said I wanted 10 million. My friend that took me to her said, 10 million. You don't know what 10 million is. Where do you want to see it? Better write 2 million. I said, lie. If I buy machine, I'll rent shop. I'll do this. I calculated it. I said, this 10 million I want. Do you know that this my friend that took me did not apply for that thing? Because she was afraid. She did not apply for that thing, no. She did not. She was the one that took me to that woman. She did not apply. She said, hello, how much are they sewing clothes? How much are they doing this? So just, me, I don't agree. I shall say, okay, if I rent shop, I'll start collecting this. I know I was collecting maybe 1,500 or 2,000 back then. But if I start this now, I'm going to start collecting. I did all my calculation. We were on it for a long time. Finally, I remember I was just going to the market that day and I saw the message on my phone that they've credited that money. But one thing is that money they will not give you physically, because government, they don't want you to spend the money. They will convert that money into the assets you need. So if you said you wanted 10 machines, they have a supplier that will give you that 10 machines. If you want this, they have everybody that will give you those things. And that was it. Just after we collected that thing, a month after COVID happened, I've gotten shop, I've furnished, big fashion house. Yes, I'm ready to launch as supervisors. And that was how COVID happened. I said, Moti Jegbesi. You have to start paying back monthly. I called my husband. I will sit at the balcony every day like this. He'd be like, I need to find a way to pay this money back. And we kept, going like that. Then one day, this woman called me. This same woman, that when God sends somebody to you, may you go where your helper will be. May you go there. And even now you now get there, you now locate and know that, yes, this is my helper. And that helper self will now say, this girl, and I like her somehow. Let her shall be around me. Because I was not the only one in the group. I wasn't. She said, Jibola, I just got a call from the Edo state government to make face mask. She mentioned the millions of face masks, quantity. I'm not even talking about the price, the quantities that we needed to make. That, can you make it? I said, Olori, Mumbo, I ended the call. I called my husband. This is what Olori said. My husband said, say you can make it. I said, make it, ke. Where? How? And there was a time frame to deliver. I now called her back. Okay, I will make it. Then my husband said, that one is settled, so we can make it. When do we have to deliver? Here. That was how we got to work. Remember, it's COVID. Everybody was on lockdown. Everybody was inside their houses. People were looking for money. People wanted a way out. We started making calls to people. And that was how, that my factory, I thought the machine was too much and was going to waste away, was not even enough to produce all those things. Do you know that if I had missed out on that establishing, there was no way I would have executed that project. There was no way. We now gathered people left and right, come and start sewing. How much are we paying them? 30 naira. Because it's face mask now. I think we got a contract for like maybe 120 naira. But in millions of quantity, you know what that is. And that was, I didn't know I had that capacity. You know when you will sleep 1 hour in 72 hours? Yes. At the point I could not talk, because when I'm stressed, I lose my voice. I would not be able to talk. I would just be doing. That was what I was doing. My husband now put on WhatsApp. We will now go to people's houses. We'll go to streets. Anywhere we see that there was a tailor there, we will say, tailor to me by way. They will call it out. You come and write your name. Iya Basira. I will cut. All I was doing was cutting. Iya Basira, 200 pieces. You come and return it back on this day. All the way. People came all the way from Songo, Abuli Egba. I don't know where. I don't know them from anywhere. But the word was spread because people needed money. And they were coming to pack face mask. We were just cutting. I'm a lie down. I'm a consolidated. I'm a sheba. We now gathered people. Luckily, they gave me permits because all the materials I needed to make it also. Market was locked though, but I had permits. I will now go to the market. I will just see, okay, Kiniko and Sons. I'll copy the number. Mr. Okay, I need rubber. I need Kiniko. I like they go lock my shop. Come here, I get permits. They don't go lock your shop. He gave me fabrics. We're going around Lagos. And that was how I was able to execute that project. And when we finished, I said, we don't land. We had a lot of debts at that time. We paid all our debts and all that. I said, what's next? Let's buy motor now. We don't land. Now motor remain. That was how my brother-in-law in the US, we gave him money to help us buy the car. And later, we now sat down and said, if we buy this car, what happens next? Because that is the problem with the mistakes most of us make. We eat our seed. We do not sow back. The Lord has given us. You did not put back. You did not sow. You now eat everything. You are now waiting for the next manna that want to fall from heaven. We now called my brother-in-law. Please help us retrace that money. Ramotomo. He said, what happened? This. I said, don't worry. We are not buying car for now. send the money back. And one thing about me, I love to cook. Even in all those periods, I remember my father. I thought my father did not like me because out of all the children, I'll be the one in the kitchen. Every day in the morning, oh yeah, Jibola, go and do this. Jibola, go and do that. And my father loved food. He was a great cook. May God rest his soul. In fact, I got that contract the day my father died. My father died in COVID. I got that contract. Yes, that very, very day. I remember when Olori called me and I said, Daddy, who said, Mark Peck, but I said, no, tell me what you want to tell me. And I didn't know that all those sacrifices, all those things he made me do, where my father my father is a local man, so he will make you go through that process. And I didn't know that God was saving it for me. So when we now say what we will do next, we said, let us start this food. Shebi, you like to cook? My husband said, let's start amala. My husband is a Ibadan man. No? He said amala. I said amala. Who eats amala? He said, people eat amala. Oh. I said, who eat amala? Let's do rice now. Shebi, it's jollof rice. He said, no, let's do amala. And that was how we agreed. And we started that. We used that money to start amala Ibadan. And we started. We didn't have, people will ask me that, or where did you get this knowledge, or how to go about this? We didn't have any idea. We just went there. We opened the shop. I will be in the kitchen cooking. My husband will be serving. And we got one more employee. 2 of us will be doing kitchen. And we'll be doing it. We didn't understand what we're doing. We didn't understand. And 4 a.m. we are off to the market to buy pepper, to buy everything. And at the point, I'll tell my husband that I'm not going this morning. Because we'll close like 11. You get home, you do account, you are going back to the side. I'm not going against anybody who will go again. And that was how we're pushing. In fact, there was a day they called us from school that we forgot our son. I'm telling you, real life. Around to 8. Yes, call us a bad parent. God will bless you like that. God will bless you that. So we didn't even know when they called us. We said, I thought this person has gone to pick him. Me too. I said, I thought this person, it was just an assumption. And we are not bad parents. It's just one of those things that happened. And that was it. I'm just telling you that how busy we were. And before we knew it, 1 became 2, 2 became 3, 3 became 4, and now we have 8 branches. Right now, we have over 250 staff and still counting. This year, I know God is even doubling the numbers. But what am I saying? Are you positioning yourself to be that 10 times better? You cannot be in your house every day, just sleeping and waking up and say that's positioning for 10 times better. That we are here is the first step. It's even the right step, because when you surround yourself by the right people and the right environment, you keep hearing the right things that you need to hear. It's just a matter of time for you to be pushed. And business is risk. Someone told me that the risk takers no more are food owners. Because how do you just cook and expect people to turn up? You just shark, and you just open the shop and you expect people to just come in and start buying. But I know that I even run a different level, because the grace that God is using to carry me is not the same. I'm not on anybody's level. That one I can brag about that. Because when God started this journey, and we're like, and it's easy for us to be distracted though. When you look around, what others are doing, I'll say, you know. But when you are focused on God, one of our branches, the landlord, he was just at a point. He started, Daddy Kilashi, he said, we must leave that place. That was our headquarters, where we started from. Daddy, we are sorry. He said, no, he does not just want us there again. We begged and begged and begged. If our 1 year rent passed, he said he's not collecting that money, that he's not going to collect money, that we should leave. One of our neighbors, he came to meet us, me and my husband. He said, he knows where he can do something that Baba and Gumagba people will need. You know, that they don't do, you don't just wait and just watch like that now. They will do something, and you know, you even forget that he has that land. He will do this, he will do that. And I laughed. If God and only God has brought us this far, is it now that he will not? If he says you leave, we will leave, none. And guess what? Just 1 week after that man came to us, the landlord himself called us. We didn't go back to him. He called us and said we should come. We went to his house. He He said he was just angry because we just like to trespass and use more than the space he has given us. That was why he was angry. So therefore, we should go and use the place and go and pay. Do you know how somebody else would have taken glory, God's glory? Because God has a plan. But they will not say, "Awalaba won she, awani." That we are the one that did it for them. We know. So, if you want to be 10 times better, you need to surround yourself with the right people. Hear the right things. And you have to be audacious. You have to be bold. Your own dream has to baeleru. Like, you have to be afraid of your dream and be like, "Hey, is this not ikojaye?" Do you understand? You cannot just think of the ordinary and just want to do the normal things. You have to be audacious. Let your dream, let it be bigger than you. Thank you, sir. Diary of a Niger girl. I don't know if you know her. Yeah, Ifeya girl. She said when she was going to start the skincare products, and she went to her mentor, a very big person in the multinational oil and gas industry. She said, "Ufe mata cream. No, now we're going to look for big businesses to invest in cream." She said, "Lai, this is what I want to do." The company is now running in billions. So what I'm saying is that you have to be so sure of that thing that somebody else will not convince you that, don't do this. So my friend was telling me that I should not get to that place. It is your vision. Start from somewhere and be audacious. And when you start, you keep moving. You keep moving. And I am so confident, very, very confident that God Almighty, He will hold your hand through this journey. As long as you're sure of your calling. I have seen people that started this business after us now. Oh, they will not even tell us. And they might be in our corner. You just see that they opened one place. And before you know, the place will close down. Because you shall see that they are selling. And you don't know my commitment with God. You don't know my own covenant with God, my dedication, my work with God, what I'm doing for my God, which is God Almighty. So, know your race. Run your race. Maintain your own lane. Carry that vision on your head like it is nobody else. Move with the right people. Hear the right things, the right circle. And I know that because you cannot even do it alone. You cannot do it alone. I have to be intentional about that thing you are doing. I'm sorry, there are some businesses that you cannot create wealth with. It's not generational wealth. You go possible. Somebody that is doing, I saw somebody doing, she draws on personalized drawings. They might pay for it. Oh. I don't mean artwork. Oh. There's a kind of drawing. It's just a means to an end. Just like that, my fashion designing, that tailoring was a means to an end. So what you have in your hand right now can be a means to that end. It might not be that very end. And I know that even this Amalabanogo is not the end. Because I told my husband, I'm going to that oil and gas. We go there together. You know? So it might be a means, but that's where you are. Go first. What are you doing with it? So that you can be 10 times better. What you have in your hand, what can God bless? Whatever it is, be diligent. When I asked Olori now, why did she call me out of all of us? Olori, I'm older Mojo with 6 years. Yes. But it's not by age. When God has placed somebody far above you, in connection, in places, in wealth. If she calls me, I will answer my mama 7 times. That's how that's how I've been with her. Because I respect her in the place of authority, and that's how I treat her, I give her the regard. She will say, I need to do this. And I'll say, okay. I would quickly. And I didn't know I was sowing a seed in her heart. And I was not doing nice service. I just like personally. So position yourself whereby that your helper. I'm not saying you start doing your UIA and nice service. But be of value. Because value will go to value. Be of value. Be of value. Wherever you are. And you don't know who is watching and who is looking. You don't know who is watching and who is looking. I'll round up with this. So I remember one of my friends, she's been out of job for a very long time. Very like 10 years safe. So she said she was so tired, and her pastor now said, I know somebody that knows somebody and they want to give you a job. And they said they're going to pay 500,000 naira. But when she calculated her transport fare alone in a month, it's 540. Do you know why I told her? It's the people you will meet. It's the connection. You don't even know if it's 1 month or 2 months that you will just go to that office or be doing, and another door will just open. You just meet somebody, you just see the light in every situation. Don't say this thing is beneath me. Emi kuli kuli is beneath me. I told her, take the job. Just go. You don't know who you meet. You don't know what will open from there. So, please, I beg you in the name of God, that thing you have in your hand, be diligent with it. Run with it. Carry it on your head and be audacious. Because life only opens to those that are audacious. So there are people that are not even as better or as good as you are, but because they are bold and they can carry their matter on their head. And that is why, things are happening for them. And I trust God that is faithful will carry you to the very end, and you'll be 10 times better than where you have started from. Thank you very much.
Salako TV. Salako TV. Keep watching.
Subscribe to this channel.
Stay connected.